December 9th, I think. It's fucking Wednesday, 2020. You know what I'm saying? What up, world? From here to California. Shout out Detroit. Shout out B-More. Shout out Newark. The whole Jersey. Shout out the whole Florida. My DC niggas. Of course, you know, the whole NYC, my CT niggas, man. My Rhode Island niggas. Ghetto United States, man. Ghettos United. You know what I'm saying? Let's think long range, man. Let's think longevity. Let's think transitions, man. Get this money and invest it. Buy these buildings. Buy this property instead of just hanging out in front of it. Some shit that you don't even own. You know? We riding through Roxbury. We on Humble. You know. Driving up here is all H block territory. Very active gang and neighborhood here in the heart of Roxbury. But I'm gonna do a film on this section another day. We gonna drive through Egleston, which is right around the corner. The neighboring area, adjacent. Trying to get my TI on, man. Trying to use my little big words and shit. Again, like, I'm gonna save this area for a whole nother video because this shit is so active out here. And we progressing and we transitioning with these videos, with everything we do in life. So from now on, each neighborhood that I cover, I'm gonna try to plug in an artist or two, and I'm gonna attach some of the news clip footage. I could, for each neighborhood I go through, I could literally upload hundreds of crime footage attached to the areas, because none of this is new. It's 2020. The crime that you see in these areas, they've been it's a reoccurring thing for decades and decades and decades and decades. This is where the crime is contaminated, and it's where it's kept in. You know, this is where it happens. This is where it always happens. It seems like it's the way it's always gonna be. This has been like that since before I was born. That's for sure. This is before I was born, and long after I'm gone. So I don't know at what point things change in the world. So right now we about to pass through Egleston right here.
I looked out and all I seen was people running, and I heard the gun multiple times, and I got scared. I went downstairs to look for my kids. That was like the most shocking thing I ever experienced.
Sometimes we feel scared, but now we turn the police that is around. We turn the police because they hear now more often.
Now this neighborhood right here, notice all the brownstone bricks, and this all ghetto. This is all Section 8. This is the library right here. Back in like 2004, I got jumped by like 10 dudes in there. That's a whole nother story. Right here to the left, all these buildings right here, all these cracks and crevices right here. A lot of gunplay. Look right here. Got the we'll spin it around. So somebody got killed in this building yesterday. But like I said, there's so much gunplay out here over the years, over the decades. So like, if you circle in just like the 1 mile radius around here, not even 1 mile radius, I can drive you through a whole lot of different sets and active areas. Some in conflict with each other. I'm not really trying to get into detail with who's beefing with who. I'm not gonna speak on nothing I don't know about or nothing that's none of my business. I'm really just trying to give people a glimpse into the structure, into the architecture, into some of the history, into the reality of what pops off out here. See the Egleston sign right there.
These young guys, they have issues with each other, and I think it's mainly because they're from different places. Like, you know, there's people from Dorchester, and they have like their own little crew and their own little gang, and they just, you know, like different streets, different areas to have problems with each other. And I don't know, I think it's really dumb that people do stuff like that, but like I said, I'm gonna live out here until, you know, I can get my things together. Worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna pack my things and just leave.
About a year ago, I think now, we lost a fallen soldier and also a music artist from here. He's from this Egleston area right here. My man Caesar, man, young Caesar, the young cat, pretty boy nigga. The bitches loved him, man. He was nice. He was just growing into himself as far as an artist. He had a lot of potential, man. I knew, dude. He lost his life out here.
Now out of Boston, a deadly gunfight on the street in Roxbury. Police say 2 men got into an argument and then started shooting at one another. 1 man was killed, the other is critically injured. WBZ's Mike LaCrosse is live in Roxbury for us tonight. And Mike, we've also learned that an Uber vehicle was struck in this shootout.
Lisa, the owner of this salon says one of her clients was in the backseat of that Uber right on Washington Street during the shootout.
The window was destroyed with the car.
Latino beauty salon owner Rosanna Rivera says her client was caught in the crossfire during the afternoon shooting on Washington Street. She says the woman was inside an Uber at the time.
I told her, you are very blessed that you are alive.
Boston Police Commissioner William Gross says 2 men started shooting at each other in the street after a verbal fight or altercation.
Yes, they were shooting at each other, so this is not a random act.
The two men in their 30s were both hurt and taken to area hospitals, where one later died. The other is in critical condition. The shooting happened in broad daylight on a busy stretch of the street on the Roxbury, Jamaica Plain.
Sitting in the seas. Had to stay down for the come up with my walls. Oh my God, money over bitches, that's the code. I've been chasing money, not these hoes. I'll never put a bitch before my bro.
That corner. Gotta save that fucking money. So, again, like I said, this is decades and decades and decades, man. Right here, we on School Street. This is a iconic, historic street right here. You see this little artwork right here. They used to have an LL mural right here back in the day. This used to be the home turf to an old Puerto Rican or Latin gang called the X-Men. So salute, homage to the OGs, the triple OGs.
Washington and School Streets in Egleston Square is territory of the X-Men. They hang here, young men with little work, uncompleted schooling, and broken families.
Basically, the X-Men are they're a great bunch of kids to hang around with.
The Boston police would take exception to that, especially after one of the X-Men opened fire on them last Saturday. But the X-Men see themselves not as a gang and not as troublemakers.
Is the X-Men a gang?
No, it's a group of kids who hang around because there's nowhere else to go. They hang around together because they don't have nobody. Look.
This is their wall. Red brick, inner city, tough neighborhood. And the mural they've created this year has become a social blackboard, their statement to the cops, the world, and to themselves.
I'll do what I have to do to survive. We all have to do what we have to do to survive.
Hector's dead today.
He's dead today, yes. And it might be if the cops, when they killed him, somebody else would have, but it was not going to be like that.
The mural depicts violence that Latinos know all too well here.
So your brother's here?
Yeah, right there.
Roberto, your brother's here too? Which one? William. How did he die?
He got shot down like a dog.
In the world of the X-Men, trouble always comes to them from the outside. The mural was their voice to the outside world.
We got money. We just got people hanging in the corner. We're people who think like you people do, but maybe your education is better than ours. Our background goes down. We started from dirt.
Through X-Men territory today, other young men walk to the wake of Hector Morales. The X-Men have been to many such wakes. At St. Mary of the Angels, they'll pay the respect to Hector Morales, X-Man, Latino, muralist, and teenage gunman. Last week, a line on the mural read, "Stop the violence." That's now been changed. For the 10 o'clock news, I'm David Boeri.
Now, this side of Egleston is home turf to a gang that went by the name of the Timberwolves. All these buildings right here. I got jacked by the police right there about 2 years ago. They pulled me over, looking for guns. See, that's the round building right there. It's all lost their house and shit. So you see the D-boys right here. Police. So rest in peace to whoever lost their life in this building.
Roxbury man is facing murder charges after police find a woman dead inside an apartment on Columbus Avenue. Police say they responded to the apartment yesterday evening where they found the victim. She was pronounced dead on the scene. Investigators then traced the death to 71-year-old Alan Washington. He is now in police custody and is expected to be arraigned in West Roxbury District Court. The victim's name has not been released. Boston police are investigating what led up to the incident.
Shorty lost her life right here at the gas station.
Calls for some victims shot here at the corner of Columbus Ave here on Washington Street. On our arrival, we found 2 victims shot inside the car. One victim has succumbed to her injuries, female, and we have 1 male in serious condition taken to Boston Medical Center at this time.
The woman was your niece?
Yes, a good kid. Whoever wants her for their daughter, she didn't have a mom. She didn't try to work a second job. No kid. Graduated from college, from school.
You go a little further, that's Academy Homes. Both sides. I'm gonna do another video on that area, on another video. Yeah, man, it's Egleston. We on Walnut right now. This is another active neighborhood.
On the hunt earlier today after shots were fired near a police officer working a detail. Let's get right out to Beth Germano in Roxbury tonight. And Beth, we now know police have made an arrest in the case.
And that arrest was made within minutes. A detail officer working here on Walnut Park chased the suspect, who made no effort to hide his crime, firing at a victim with plenty of people around.
I just got out and the car started shooting. I was on that side of the vehicle. The bullets were... I ran.
This construction worker almost caught in the crossfire when a bullet hit his truck. He witnessed a brazen shooter take aim at a fleeing victim right in front of a nearby detail officer.
Black hoodie, camel pants.
Calling in a description as he ran.
We have him, 23 Dixwell. In custody.
And helping police make the arrest just a few blocks away, but it wasn't over. Police searched in the air and on foot for the shooting victim who was injured. The heavy police presence worrisome for neighbors who recently pushed for surveillance cameras in the area to guard against crime. Bullet casings. Neighbors gave credit to the quick actions of an officer.
Oh, as far as...
Shout out my man OTO from out here. Some of that mural. Can't really see too much because it's blocked off. Go ahead, homie. Motherfucking ghetto news reporter, man, / journalist. I love this shit. Funny quick story. Back in like it had to be like 2000. I was a young mustache, man. I was hitting a little hoopy, seeing one of my homegirls. And I had pulled over right here to the right, and as soon as I opened up the door, I left the door open and I reached in the glovey to grab, I don't know what the fuck. A van came through and just took my door off. If I didn't go back in the glovey, that car probably would have took me out.
She was friendly. She never did anything to anybody.
A mother's raw grief over the sudden loss of her daughter, 30-year-old Nikeka Taylor, a lifeguard who was studying to get her GED.
How grateful she was. She was nice. She loved kids. And she always happy.
Sunday night around 9:40, police found the young woman on the ground suffering from gunshot wounds, steps from her childhood home on Walnut Avenue. Her mother was inside.
I heard about it.
But yeah, so I was telling y'all, back in like 2004, I had just got out of jail. It might have been 2005 already, and I was living down the street with my ex, right? So I came here to use the internet on the computer back in, it was like MySpace days. It was just wrong place, wrong time. I had walked past a couple dudes, and they thought I looked at them wrong, but they thought I was from another neighborhood or whatever it was, misidentity, I don't know. They followed me, 8, 10 of them, I'm not gonna lie, they fucked me up. But luckily I lived that situation, you know? There's a lot of people who don't get that lucky. There's a lot of kids, you hear about it all the time. Wrong place, wrong time, misidentity. They don't get so lucky.
Why these federales play paparazzi? I know they watching every move I make, so I'm moving proper. I be fucking on these hoes, passing to my bros, that's a lot of raw. Money over bitches, death before stitches, niggas sticking to the core. All my niggas back to back, came up out the trap, pull up in the rolls. I ain't never going broke, cause I got the bag split with my wolves. Stayed out for the come up with my walls. Oh my god, money over bitches, that's the code. I've been chasing money, not these hoes. I'll never put a bitch before my bro. Had to stay down for the come up with my walls. Oh my god, money over bitches.
Gotta keep your kids out the streets, man. You gotta be there in your kids' lives, because when you young like that, you directionless, and you could be easily derailed, man. Easily get caught up with the wrong people. Easily get caught up in the wrong shit. Just like that, life could be over for you. To take 1 second to make a wrong, bad decision that will affect your whole entire life. Is another neighborhood, Bragdon Street. I remember back in the day, this neighborhood used to be real active. I don't know how much so these days, but it definitely was when I was living out there. I remember a couple kids getting killed. There's always shootouts in those buildings.
One person is dead, and that death toll could rise. Take a look here behind me. Here's what's left of just one of the crime scenes in what's been a nonstop rash of shootings all night long. This latest incident here on Bragdon Street in Roxbury. 2 people shot here, taken to the hospital with what's described as very critical injuries. This happened outside of an apartment building. No arrests here, and no word on a motive. Just an hour apart, another shooting on Hosmer Street in Mattapan. 3 people were shot at a family gathering there last night. A man in his shootings, Boston Police Commissioner Evans and other officers plan to pass out leaflets in Egleston Square asking for the public's help at about 2 this afternoon. We're here on the scene of the shooting in Roxbury. Neighbors tell us that the 2 men killed were not targeted.
This is wrong place, wrong time.
2 men killed in a shooting here on Bragdon Street last night were innocent bystanders, according to this neighbor who asked us not to show his face.
So they hardworking men, that's it. Just stayed out of trouble.
Police say 3 men were shot on this Roxbury side street just after 10 last night. Police say one of the men killed was in his early 20s. This man considered him a good friend.
The whole block is hot. This is kind of down there, Egleston, past the Walgreens. I don't know what happened, but the block is hot.
Shit. Shit. It is Bragdon, though. These buildings right here, look. Okay. Yeah, I used to live in this building right here. One of my exes. It's winter too, y'all. Shit's cold as fuck. Shit cold as fuck. Dividing Roxbury here to the left, and then JP over here. So here goes a map of all the homicides in the past couple years in the Boston area. That's the Jackson Square area. This is the Egleston area, and Roxbury. You see all of this right here. You got Humboldt right here, H Block. You got you know, let me zoom out a little bit so you see it kind of piles up. You know, piles up. You click on any of these. Man shot to death in South End. Boy found with multiple gunshot wounds to the head. Man charged with murder. Anyone you click on, there's a body found. 2 shot in Dorchester, 1 died. So man shot to death in Dorchester. So let's zoom in a little bit. Right where we at right now. And let me see. Oh, Roxbury. Obion Square. Uncle's Corner. Yeah, so we covering the Egleston area, you know what I'm saying? 2 shot in Egleston. Man shot to death near Egleston. You know what I'm saying? Just to give y'all an idea of where all the violence is concentrated here. Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, JP, South End.